Before I even start this video today, I just want to give a ginormous shout out to Jaracraft, an awesome Minecraft YouTuber who inspired this idea for building a jumbo Minecraft house. Link will be down in the description below, so go ahead and definitely check it out. His video editing skills and everything, far superior than mine. Great video, so check it out for sure. But that's what we'll be doing today in today's video, is building a ginormous house. It's gonna be literally 16 times the size of a normal Minecraft house. If you guys do like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for me, YoMixer23. If you guys are new, welcome to the channel. But with that said, I also wanna say real quickly, thank you guys so much for the 50 subscribers. It's awesome having the support, and I know it's not that great of a milestone, but for me, it's something cool that happened. So thank you guys so much for that. And I guess now there's not much else to say, so let's go ahead and jump into how I built this insane jumbo house, and let's get this video going. So the very first thing I started off doing when designing this build and jumping into it was I had to do a little bit of thinking, because obviously you can't build this huge 16 by 16 block house without thinking a little bit first. And I'll actually borrow Jaracraft's explanation because it was really, really good. If we were to go ahead and place a normal Minecraft block down right here, this grass block, if we were to count, there's 16 pixels by 16 pixels. That's how big it is. So each one of these Minecraft blocks, if we were to place another here, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's going to be that wide by that tall. But Minecraft, unfortunately, actually has a limiting height. If we were to check our F3 right now and start flying up, you can see that this 10, 11, 12, all the way to 20, now in the 30s, that's how many blocks we got. We only have 256 of those. So in order to fit all the Minecraft blocks that I need, we don't want them to be cut off at the very top by the limiting height of the Minecraft world. So 16 by 16 blocks, the amount that we can actually fit in one world is 15, as you can see from this towering tower right here. So knowing that, I knew that was time to actually go ahead and design and build my Minecraft build tutorial, or my build house, but I also knew that it had to be under 15 blocks, or at least at exactly 15 blocks in order to be built, because if it wasn't, the top of it would be cut off. So knowing that, I began designing my actual Minecraft build, which I have the time lapse for right here. So this was actually the house in its fullness completed. As you can see over here, I did keep a little bit of track of space, letting me know how much space I had to build. Obviously, this represents these amount of blocks right here, and if we go to the top of the house right here, it goes underneath this block limit, which means the top of it wouldn't get cut off. So I'll go ahead and do a little inside tour, and there might be a few extra details that I didn't include in the time lapse because I did add some more details on afterwards. But if we go inside, this is what it looked like in the interior. We had a nice bed, some furnaces, shelves, and plants and whatnot, and it looked pretty nice. I think it turned out pretty good. After that though, I knew that it was time to actually begin constructing each of these blocks, because obviously this block isn't already in its 16 by 16 block, and that was a process. What I went ahead and did first is I actually laid out each and every single blocks that we used in the house. So you can see right here, I laid out each and every single one, and I realized I was gonna have to recreate every single one of these blocks right here in order to make this house 16 by 16 tall. And that took a while. That took the majority of the time for this video, actually, was recreating each and one of these. But what I'll do is I'll actually show you how I did the furnace, what my thoughts were when I went through it, in case you guys want to do it yourself, and how I ended up creating this block and turning it into a 16 by 16 block, making it that much bigger. So let's go ahead and show how I actually did this one block right here, and I applied that method to the others as well. So the first thing I did when starting to design this furnace right here is I went ahead and I actually picked out which palette of blocks I was going to use to color this block. If we go in the inventory right here, you can see we got a bunch of different colors of blocks, and I needed to choose the right pattern, the right combination to design this one and make it look right. For that, there were actually a lot of blocks that I used. You can see right here in the chest, if we turn around, these are all the blocks I used for each and every single pixel of the furnace. From there, you can see that there's actually a couple sides of the furnace too. The top is different from the front, from the right, but there are some similarities as well. If we go here, you can see these three sides are the same. The top and the bottom are the same, but the front is different as well. From there, I actually went ahead and I started going onto this website where I was actually going to use these blocks right here to color and create the pixel art needed in order to create this block right here. So from there, it was actually going ahead and typing in the URL address and getting the website looked up, which I'll actually put a link down in the description for you guys if you want to do this yourself. But I would go into this website, I'd press go to editor right here, and then I would actually choose the file, which this was going to be a front-facing image of the furnace. From there, it would, which for some reason my camera actually didn't capture this, but you would just basically drop the file into this place right here on this website, and it would pop up right here. Then I would go into the bottom left corner and I'd change the pixel size size to 16 to 16 blocks because that's how big we wanted to be. From there, this website would actually let you go ahead and choose custom and choose the blocks you want to use in order to create the palette for your creation, for your block that you're doing. So I went ahead and I started selecting all the colors that I thought I might use in this build. After scrolling through, I pressed the green button to commit, and as you can see, it generated a very rough image of what we actually wanted to build right here, but I knew I had to touch it up myself and start using these block palettes and this coloring in order to create my block and make it look really nice and well. So I went ahead and I put in the time lapse of me fiddling around and creating the image that we see before you. So with the pixel art actually done now and me having a plot on how to place these blocks and everything, from there it was actually a matter of just getting all 3 sides of the furnace done and then building them in a time lapse, which I actually put down for you guys. And real quick, I want to say that that time lapse that you saw of me actually editing and drawing and everything, I sped that up by 50 times because of how long it actually took me to go ahead and do it. But after I had these 3 images done, it was all just about following the protocol. You know, I used it as a blueprint and I constructed the block, which I'll show you guys in the time lapse right here of how it was built. Once the furnace was done, I basically had to rinse and repeat that process so many times for each and every single individual block. I do have some time lapses, and I'll show just a few of them of the blocks that I did, but some of them took a while, some of them took a few minutes actually. It was definitely a humbling experience because it took a lot of amount of time to get each of these blocks finished. But I'll show you what they looked like also when they were all completely finished. You see how those clips kind of blended together? That's what it felt like, putting all these pieces together and making all these individual blocks. But guys, I did eventually get them all done, and oh my goodness, it took a very, very long time, but we can see if we start flying by just how big some of these blocks are. Let me run just on the bed, just a comparison to show you how big this bed was. When we run on it and jump on it right here, it is ginormous. You can see it takes me just quite a few seconds to actually run across the entire thing compared to the normal Minecraft sized bed, which if we fly down right here, that's how big this bed is right here. It's very, very small actually in comparison. But yeah, let me show you real quick just how each of these blocks turned out. Some of them turned out better than others and some of them turned out pretty great. The white concrete, that block was my favorite because it was literally just white concrete, 16 by 16. So that block was my absolute favorite. I love that one. But yeah, these are what they turned out to look like, and they looked really, really good. Yeah, and we got the stairs, which some of these blocks I didn't even know they actually changed too. Like these slabs right here, let me show you for example real quick. When we have this bottom half of the slab right here, it looks like this, but if we have the same slab except on the top half, which let me go ahead and put it right there, you can see the texture actually changes. This I had no idea about, and that kind of hurt me in the long run, but I eventually figured it out. And then we got the fence posts, the walls and stuff like that, some trapdoors and some other details that I added along the way as well. And this is what they all turned out like. And for these plants, I actually did have to improvise a little bit because these pixels aren't actually pixels like these blocks right here, because as you can see, they're almost non-existent. These pixels actually have some thickness in, while these ones don't. So I had to come to improvise for those blocks, but I think they turned out all right. Same with the lantern right there, the chain, if we zoom in real close right here, you can see that it wasn't like really a thick pixel. So I just kind of improvised, and that's how these turned out. They turned out pretty good though. From there, I went ahead and did the grueling process of actually placing all these blocks down, which, oh my gosh, guys, that took me about 3 days in and of itself just to place each and every single one of these blocks in the right spot and copy and paste them in the right spot as well. I didn't actually record any of that because I thought at this point in the video, it would be good just to do a full-on grand reveal of what the two houses look like. And I think with that said, it's time to actually go ahead and show how these two houses turned out. And guys, I gotta say they turned out pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and jump into that, the conclusion of this build and how it turned out. So for the grand reveal, here we go. If we turn around, this is my small house right here, the one that's normal size. And that staggering beast right over there is the big size, which as you can see, it goes so high into the sky that I actually have to go into my settings, and if I can find it, I have to turn off my clouds so that you guys can actually see the full comparison. But oh my gosh, look at how big this is. I will be showing some pictures in just a second too to compare the sizes and everything, but another thing I wanted to say about this build was that it was actually so big that without night vision, you couldn't see it. Let me go ahead and I'll actually clear my night vision that I have on right now. And as you can see, it actually gets dark under there because of how big these blocks are and how big of a shadow they cast. So I had to go ahead and actually give myself some night vision so that you guys wouldn't notice that difference. But yeah, these two houses, I'll begin showing some pictures in a second. I also want to show the interior though as well, just to compare how huge it was. Just walking up to the front porch, you can see how massive it is and how tiny my little guy is compared to this whole thing. And if we go inside, the interior was also ginormous as well. Trying to fly through this, it takes quite a long time to actually fly from the bottom to the top. I'll do some time comparisons maybe in just a second, but yeah, the interior does look pretty good and the build actually looks exactly the same, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So now I'll go ahead and let the music play and show you guys some of the picture comparisons of what these two builds look like. So yeah guys, with that comparison you could definitely see they actually looked pretty similar. Though some of the hues and differences of color might have been a little bit noticeable, they were really similar and really close, which was perfect because that's exactly what I was trying to do. But I did say earlier on in the clip, I don't exactly know when, but I said I would go ahead and actually try to jump from the top of this thing and see just to show you guys how long it takes to fall off it. So let's go ahead and jump. And this is so big, this is how long it takes to fall all the way to the bottom, which I thought that was absolutely hilarious. It's just so ginormous, it's so big. And guys, I had a lot of fun with this project. It took a lot of time, it was very time consuming and it was very difficult to do too. And there were a lot of steps and areas where I honestly wanted to give up just because of how annoying and frustrating it was to build, even though I just said I completely enjoyed it, but I really did guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you guys want to see me do extra detail, I was thinking about doing this where I could like edit the fence post and maybe add some birds onto the post as well, just for more detail since I have enough space to actually build that type of stuff. If you guys would want to see an update video on that or something like that, I think that would actually be pretty cool. I would actually be pretty fond of doing that, maybe adding some Minecraft swords. Oh, and there was one more detail. Since this thing was so big, I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually put in the real house into this little part, which I don't know what this is right here. Let me go ahead and delete that real quick. But yeah, if you look, this is the actual house put on a table in this ginormous house. We can even go inside here, which is hilarious just because of how big this thing is. And there's a table right there that's sitting on right here, just like that. I love it guys though. It looks so cool and I had a lot of fun building this too. It's so big that you can fly on the interiors. That's how ginormous it is with your elytra and everything. If you guys did like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because I put a lot of time into this. I put way more time than I definitely probably should have into this video, and it was definitely fun. I would definitely want to do it again, maybe in the future. Maybe. No, I don't know if I would actually want to do it again. But if you guys want to see more videos like this, not necessarily building a ginormous jumbo house again, but just stuff along that general category, you guys let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys actually do end up doing your own houses like this, I would love to hear about it because it takes a lot of time, but in the end, it looks so cool. With that said, I have been YoMeister23. If you guys were new, I really hope you guys did enjoy this video because it was fun to make and it was a challenge to make as well. But with that said, I don't know if I really have anything else to say. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next Minecraft video, whatever that may be. And all this time I wasted my life, I created the video, so it's all good in the end, I guess. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.